Hi, Todd McRoberts, NK Agronomy Manager for NK Seeds US. Enogen E092T4 3000 GT. This is a very high yielding dual purpose silage or grain hybrid in the early 90-day maturity for the dairy or beef producer in the northern regions. As we look at E092T4, this is a product that moves really well across medium, well-drained soils. And as we think about rotation, if you've got a grower that has corn following alfalfa or corn following soybeans, or even corn following corn, very, very nice hybrid across these acres. E092T4 moves from the Dakotas into Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and then also the northeast part of the United States. It's a product that has very good adaptability north to south, and actually you can move this south of zone very well. This is a hybrid that maximizes its performance with high fertility. So if you're a dairy farmer and you're putting manure across a lot of your acres, or you're following alfalfa where your potassium levels are very high, this hybrid will maximize its performance on that acre. It's best suited from a medium to high population with a fungicide. As we think about late season stocks, if you're going to take it for high moisture grain, we need that fungicide, especially if we're limited on nitrogen. If we have that ability to apply nitrogen or utilize nitrogen from that manure, it's the caveat to make this thing yield well. It has pretty good northern corn leaf blight tolerance, good Gauss's wilt tolerance. The key thing here, it has a large fibrous root. If we overpopulate and under-fertilize, the use of a fungicide is necessary to keep that plant healthy throughout the year. E092T4, from a strength and capability standpoint, is high yield with fertility. So if I'm looking to manage aggressively, a lot of manure, a lot of nitrogen, high levels of phosphorus and potassium, this is the hybrid that will answer the call in that environment. If I'm in an environment where I'm planting this across a lot of acres, and I'm moving into acres that could be a little coarser soil or lower fertility, the key thing here is pull your populations back. If we pull that population back and we have less fertility, we have a better chance of keeping this thing standing and producing the maximum yield it can for that yield environment. The E092T4 from a trait package standpoint, here we have the single mode of action for corn rootworm in corn-on-corn environments. As we look at NDF digestibility, or the ability to digest the lignin in the stalk, it has a thinner rind on the stalk, so as this moves through the animal for silage, high grain content, which means starch, but then also low lignin content in the stalk. So as that animal's processing this in its rumen, it's utilizing all the nutrients very well through its rumen. It's extremely good for silage, it's extremely good for grain. The key thing here is high yield. We're looking to improve feed efficiency with both silage and grain. We're also lowering feed costs for that grower. Enogen E092T4. It works very well for high moisture corn. It works well for dry corn, but it also has that ability to work very well for corn silage, especially as I move this north. A lot of starch in this silage hybrid, so as we think about silage, 50% or more of the yield is in starch. This has a lot of grain yield, and if we're fertilizing this to its utmost potential, we'll have a lot of silage with this product as we move it north.